Next, we'll hear from Republican State Committeeman Christian Ziegler on Stand Your Ground.
Thank you, Representative, and I appreciate the delegation allowing us to come and speak to you guys and share what's important in our communities, because I think it's important to hear from the citizens as well as the elected officials, so thanks for the opportunity. This is a rare occasion for me. I think this is actually a first. This is the first time I'm ever coming before an elected official to actually advocate for a law. But I believe this is such an important law that that's why I'm here. I'm here today because I'm shocked to see that the city of Sarasota would include the repeal of Stand Your Ground within their top, quote unquote, top legislative priorities of 2014, rather than, you know, focusing on the pension crisis that they have, focusing on bringing jobs to our local community, or even simply parking at the beach. They've decided to target this law, which I know many of you do support and I appreciate. Stand your ground. Few laws are as common sense as this law. All it simply does is it allows citizens to protect themselves, their family, their friends, their coworkers, and their fellow citizens from criminals who are attempting to engage in activities that are causing, that or potentially could cause bodily harm or death at worst. Simply put, rather than putting the burden of fleeing on the victim, the government should be focused on protecting the victim, and instead of protecting the criminal, is my belief. To help show support of the citizens that we have, I launched a petition about 2 days ago, and so far in the past 2 days we've had about 1,500 signatures, 1,544 signatures. And I've heard from everyone. I've heard from mothers, I've heard from fathers, I've heard from business leaders, I've even heard from people that vacation here, saw the petition, saw this on the news, and now they're threatening to not come here on vacation because of this issue. You know, I know it was added by the City Commission by us, you know, the majority of the City Commission. There were 3 members that supported it and they pushed it to present it. But I really think stuff like that really hurts our community, because there are bigger issues than to focus on the repeal of Stand Your Ground. I think that's a state issue that's left up to you guys, and I think the city should be really focused on what they should be focused on. And I'll provide this to you guys after the meeting. But really, the majority of citizens, from what I've heard, I've gotten hundreds of emails on this. I've probably gotten about 450 emails, and I've had maybe 3 in support, just so you guys know. To me, it's just a shame. It's a shame that the city would target this law. I think it's a common sense law. I think you guys agree with it. And it's a shame that they would side on the fact, or on the side of criminals, rather than the citizens that they should be representing and protecting. So I hope you guys won't make the same mistake. I hope you guys will support this law. And if you have any questions or whatnot, I can provide any, you know, feedback or anything else that we've heard from citizens that you guys represent. Thank you.
Shouldn't you be telling that to the city instead of us?
Yeah, but I just wanted to make sure, because I know the city was here and they included it in their priorities, and I know you heard from that. So I wanted to make sure that you heard from the citizens as well. I have reached out to the city as well, and I've included, you know, my comments to them. But you're absolutely correct. You know, I know everyone up here supports that law, so I do appreciate it. But I think it's important that you hear from the citizens as well.
Okay. Representative Rasan.
Yeah. And let me just be clear, right? I don't support the repeal of it.
Yep.
Right.
But I absolutely support clarification. If a law is misapplied and misunderstood, people ought at least be clear on it.
Yeah.
Do you agree that cities as well as counties have a responsibility to public safety, health, and quality of life of its citizens?
I absolutely do agree. And I do agree with your first statement on clarity, and I think it's important that we have clarity on these issues.
So it's okay for a city or a county to have amongst its priorities laws that affect public safety, health, and quality of life.
I do, but in this case, you know, my belief is this is a law that you guys decide on. This is why we elect you guys, for the same reason that, you know, dipping in, I wouldn't expect you guys to comment on individual priorities that the cities have and really diving in and trying to legislate those policies for them. I think we have different structures of government, but I support absolutely that they should be able to weigh in, but I don't think that this is justified as a top priority for the city of Sarasota. I believe that there's a lot of local issues that they should be focused on. They can comment on it, comment and whatnot, but to include this as a quote-unquote top legislative priority, that's where my issue lies.
Well, I don't want to debate because his argument is really with the city and not with us, and we understand your position, and I think we all agree that some clarity will happen, but
Yep.
thanks for presenting the other side.
Yeah, but thanks for giving me the opportunity, and thanks for all you guys do for our communities. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.